Good morning, all of you. Myself, Sandeep Parashar, and I am welcoming you online classes, ninth class. Ninth class, we are reading part A, employability skill. In this, we are reading unit first, communication skill. Today, I am going to start another chapter in unit first, various method of communication. In last class, I already told you, whenever we are going to communicate with anyone, we require a media or medium to communication. It will come in the method. In this chapter, we are going to read method of communication. We have three type of communication method: verbal, non-verbal, and visual. Verbal means whenever you are going to speak anything or write anything, it will come in the verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means whenever you are going to just say anything through your symbols, signs, we are not using words, we are just going silent, it will come in the non-verbal. And third, visual. If you are going to tell anything through the video, it will known as the visual communication. First, verbal communication. Verbal communication involve the use of words in delivering the intent message. Words are the most accurate and powerful tool to express and share ideas. What is the most powerful things? If we say anything, it is powerful things. There are two primary forms of verbal communication: oral and written. In oral communication, we are going to saying anything to anyone, it will come in the oral communication, means we use our mouth. Whenever we are going to exchange our data through writing, it will come in the written communication. The process of expressing information or ideas through spoken word is known as oral communication. Oral communication more natural form of communication than the written form. Normally we are using oral communication. If we want to exchange our data, we just use oral communication. It is a time saving and useful tool. It lends a personal touch to the entire interaction. Telephonic conversation, video conferencing, voicemail, general conversation, speech, meeting, seminar, group discussion, etc. come in this category of oral communication. The factors that determine the effectiveness of an oral communications are what we require whenever we are going to give any communication through the oral pace, means how fast or slow. If we speak too much fast, nobody will understand our words. If we are going to speak too slow, then everybody feel bored. Clarity in pronunciation. If your word is not clear, nobody understand what you are going to share. It refers to speaking words clearly and correctly, including the correct sound of the letter with proper emphasis. Volume, pitch. It means how loud or soft your voice is. If the speaker talks in loud volume with someone sitting across the table, he may sound dominating. Whenever you are going to speak too loud, nobody will understand and nobody will interested to listen you. Sometimes if you are going to speak too slowly, nobody will understand your words. Choice of words. If we are going to exchange our data through the oral communication, this is the primary thing. It refers to choosing the appropriate words while communicating. If we are choosing wrong words, it will not okay in communication. The following example, where a remark about someone's shoes using two different words leads to entire different interpretation by the receiver. The table given below lists the comment and the interpretation. There is a comments and interpretation. These shoes are very cheap. The shoes are not costly. अगर हम whenever we are going to say these shoes are very cheap, no, then other one is feeling this is not too costly. These shoes are very economical. These shoes are not costly. These are the way. Fluency. It refers to the ability to speak with ease and accuracy in a language. To talk with fluency means that your speech flow well, and there are not many interpretation to the flow. Whenever we are going to discuss anything, we are going to give a speech, we need to speak in fluency, no need to interrupt so many times, it will not good things. Length of communication. The conversation should be simple. It is the first thing. Conversation should be simple and short. If you are going to give speech too lengthy, then no one interested in your words. Short and to the point. If a speaker talks for a long duration of time about things which are not relevant to the topic, the listener lose interest in the speech. And the purpose of speech is defeated. If you are not going point to point in your speech, nobody will understand and nobody interested to listen your words. Advantage of oral communication. It is interpersonal and help in building relationship. It will depend how you speak. It is encourage involvement in teamwork and decision making process. I already told you in the last chapter, whenever we are going to discuss, it will encourage. Oral message provide prompt feedback. We can take feedback directly. It is cost efficient. If we have cost on speaking, then we need to give too much text. It is a preferred mode of communication for private or confidential matter. We can exchange our data privately or personally. Disadvantage: in this form of communication, emotions are visible and hence can lead to miscommunications. So many times we are angry and we are going to saying anything, we just say. It has no legal validity. We don't have, it has like a evidence. It does not provide a permanent record and the message can easily be forgotten. So many times if we say anything to anyone, he said, I forgot it. It may be difficult for certain people to understand speech due to various accents. Yeah, I already said, if anybody is not able to hear the words, then we can't. This form of communication is not suitable for lengthy messages. We can't give them speech for 2 or 3 hours. We are like a book. If we want to share our data in a book, we need to give them in written communication. Time. Okay. Thank you. Stay at home. Stay safe.